Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to the One Bitcoin Show. Today is May the 9th, 2018. Strong hand. Value your wealth in Bitcoin. Avoid buzzwords. Golden hold. All right. Check out the links below. Check out yesterday's show. Speaking of yesterday's show, let's talk about the future, not the past. The future on Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern time this week in Bitcoin will be a legendary one. Trace Mayer will be on the show. Lorian Gamaroff and someone else that I cannot remember. No, I remember who it is. Giacomo will be on the show. Oh, yeah. We've got people from all over the world on Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern time. That's 7 p.m. in London, 8 p.m. in South Africa and Italy. All right, and 11 a.m. in Los Angeles, and I will be in Seattle. Speaking of Seattle, link to below. Check out the links below, of course. 5 p.m. in Seattle near the Queen Anne neighborhood on Friday. There is a meetup, a Bitcoin meetup. I linked to it below. Hey, man, I'm going to be staying like right there, so I'm going to be there. I'll be there. The great Gary, he was in motion. He told me about this. He lives in Seattle. I'm going to email you in a second, Gary. Yeah. So Seattle, 5 p.m. on Friday, meetup. I'll be there. Link to below. Yeah, that's going to be a good. So Friday's a big day. Meetup in Seattle, and this week in Bitcoin, Trace Mayer, Lorian Gamaroff, and Giacomo Zucco. All right. So I wanted to thank. Some people have been sending me cryptocurrency. I didn't even realize it. Someone sent Litecoin on April the 23rd. That was pretty cool of you. Thank you. And somebody sent Dash on the 21st and on the 8th. I don't know. So the people who've sent, I messed up the dates. I'm sorry. People have been sending Litecoin and Dash. Really, thank you a lot, people who've sent this to me. All of my cryptocurrency links are below. And you can get a Trezor below, all sorts of this you can get at Cryptoids. You can get a 10% discount. That's linked to, mentioned below also. Okay. So yeah, I meant, Vancouver in May. I linked that. There's a dude there that's in motion. He's got a comedy and beer Bitcoin night in May in Vancouver. I'm not going to be there. I linked to it below. So click on that if you're interested. I forgot what day that is. May the 15th. I don't know. It's soon, but check that out. Yeah. It's not this week, but it's soon. Vancouver in May. Link to below. Hey, man, there's a lot of West Coast stuff going on. I'm trying to keep everyone updated. Again, I'm going up to Seattle tomorrow, taking the Bolt bus, like every Bitcoin holder does, right? Guys that have a lot of Bitcoin, we take the bus, baby, because no need to take a plane up to Seattle. No, you save, you use your extra money on Bitcoin, not on planes. You take the Bolt bus. The Bolt bus is great on the West Coast. It's okay on the East Coast. All right, so what do we got here? This is good. Australia. Oh, Australia. Now, the title of this video, you can see that the Australian government is going to make it illegal for cash payments over $10,000. They're going to ban it in 2019. I point this out for a number of reasons. First off, Australia is a very modern, beautiful, powerful, rich country with very smart people, middle-class people. It's kind of like the United States. Some people think it's better than the United States. If they can get away with that in Australia, okay, it's not Zimbabwe. There's no dictators. It's not some third world country you're never going to go to. It's not Mozambique. No, it's Australia. and they're banning the people, and they're doing it for the good of the people, you know, to cut down on the horrible transactions dealing with boogeymen type subjects. I'm not even going to get into it, okay? But if the people will accept it, they're not going to fight back. They're going to be like, yeah, sure, okay, I guess we can't. Yeah, we won't be doing cash transactions. Everything will be recorded by the government. They'll be keeping track of us. They'll be able to tax this. That's why they're doing this, okay? There's no, you know, one world government, world conspiracy. No, it's pretty straight up what they're doing there. They want to tax. They don't want anyone getting under the radar. They've got to fund their welfare state in Australia, just like the United States has to fund its welfare dollar. So people don't protest there. But what Australia, you know, so you should opt into Bitcoin, Australians. 20% are Australians who aren't happy about this, and you shouldn't be happy about this. But you shouldn't just like complain. You should do something. You should be in motion. Protect your wealth with Bitcoin. Protect your privacy with Bitcoin. There are going to be so many people stuck in that, you know, system where the Australian government's going to keep track of every transaction and you know, tax every transaction, but you can't use over 10,000. It's 10,000 Australian dollars, by the way. That, you know, the 20%ers who get into Bitcoin, Australian government probably won't even pay much attention to those people because so many people are just going to be. Most people aren't doers. Most people aren't thinkers. They'll be satisfied. They're like, oh yes, mother government. Yes, write me a check, give me a job. You can keep track of everything here. So I linked to a tweet about that. I linked to the article. The article is disturbing. It is Orwellian in a way, you know, how they're warning people. From July 1st, 2019, cash payments over Australian $10,000, that's about 7,500 US dollars, will be illegal in Australia. It's more critical than ever that a censorship-resistant, decentralized, and anonymous monetary exchange protocol exists to protect your rights and the prosperity of the economy. Well, it already exists. People in Australia, you're a modern country. You should have heard, hopefully you've heard about Bitcoin. Get into it so you don't have to play in your government's playground. You don't want to play in their playground. You want to play where the big boys play, okay? So leave their playground, opt into the Bitcoin playground, which is it's a, you know, personal responsibility. You're not going to have to fund somebody else's issues and worry about somebody else's issues. You worry about yourself in the land of Bitcoin, and they're not gonna bug you yet. Who knows? They might eventually bug you, but right now they're gonna literally bug the people. Completely know exactly what they're doing with their transaction. You know, the Australian government might not like that you bought that magazine, or you know, so it's none of their business what you're doing with your cash, that you bought all those dolls. Oh God. Yeah, do what you want to do. It's not my business what you darn do. It's not the Australian government's business. Okay. So pound that like button, everyone. Did I say that yet? Who knows? And subscribe to this channel and check out the links below. Seriously, dude. This is you get some unique stuff here on the Bitcoin Maestro channel. I do a new show every day. We have This Week in Bitcoin on Friday, the Beyond Bitcoin show on Saturday, and I'm going all around the world. Hey, I might be in, well, we'll talk about the Netherlands in a second. We'll talk about that in a second, hopefully, if I don't forget. Okay, here is a tweet. The percent of supply owned by the top 100 accounts. Okay? So this is, in Bitcoin, it's the top 100 addresses own 18% of Bitcoin, or 19% of all the Bitcoin out there, 35% of all the Ethereum, 98% of all the Ripple, 25% of the Bcash, 95% of the Stellar, 62% of the IOTA, 70% of the NEO. Now, some of you are going to say, well, those are exchanges that have most of those addresses. Okay, this is a general trend, though. Okay, you can see which coins fall more into the few control huge hunks of it, okay? And if these altcoins try to, you know, Ripple and Bitcoin for this, well, look at these look at these guys like Ripple and Stellar. It is interesting that, you know, Bcash, of course, is more also than Bitcoin. And the reason is because some people just haven't touched their Bcash yet. And that will be, so every fork of Bitcoin, every crypto dividend that's a fork is going to be more so, the top 100 addresses are going to control more of a percent of the of the coin. That's just the nature of a crypto dividend. But anyway, these are just interesting numbers to look at, interesting to look at the trends. Again, many of the top 100 addresses are exchanges. So here's an article that shows all these 12 graphs that show just how early the cryptocurrency market is. And this is entertaining. Some of you love graphs. The conclusion is that you could say that it's still like 1994 in terms of the internet, in terms of how far Bitcoin and cryptocurrency have progressed, that it is so early. Early days, as Vortex says, at the World Crypto Network. Check out our podcast below. Yeah, man. World Crypto Network podcast. Listen to your Meister, your Hoffman, your Thomas, your Vortex. Everybody's on there, baby. Ansel Lindner. Oh, so, dude, I am talking to this dude, Tommy Nader 84 on Twitter, okay? I linked to him below. And, of course, everything I talk about is linked to below. This dude, I randomly stumbled upon. I see the guy's in Norway, so I see he follows me. He just posted something. He had posted something of his in the Be Private Reddit, and it's just so coincidental. So I see the dude's from Norway. I'm like, hey, man, I'm going to be in Bergen, Norway, and I am going to be in Bergen, Norway from May the 15th until June the 4th. I said, are you in Bergen? And he's like, no. He's like, I'm in the far north. I'm in a city called Vadso, and the O isn't even like our regular O. It's an O with a slash in it. It's a different letter we don't even have in English. And so I look up this Vadso, and Vadso is like, it's so far north in Norway that it is east of Finland, that it's near Russia. Okay? It must be cold as anything. So I am so amazed by the power of the internet, by the power of cryptocurrency, that here I am in Portland, Oregon. I am talking to a dude, such a remote area, an area I probably will never be in, an area that no one even thinks about, but it's in Europe. And he is in motion. This dude is starting up he's getting all into Bitcoin. He's starting this crypto company of some sort. Anyway, check him out. It's just amazing, the people in this space. And it shows you can be anywhere in this planet and you can get into Bitcoin. You could be in mode. There's no excuse. The dude is in Norway, and I was looking it up on Wikipedia. Some people speak Finnish there. I mean, it's so out of the way in Norway. I'm just amazed by it. I'm amazed that a place like this even is near the Arctic Circle. I mean, I guess he's got cool dude, nice guy. So yeah, shout out to him for being in motion. If you live in some other remote, weird area of the world, contact me. Tell me what you're doing with Bitcoin, man. I am fascinated by these stories. I really am. And this dude, again, he's going to become Bitcoin. He's going to live off of Bitcoin. He's going to live off of cryptocurrency, and his own boss all the way up there. And he's not going to be fishing in the Arctic Circle. No, he's going to be with technology. That is what cryptocurrency brings to the world. What opportunity. What opportunity to live in what countries they live in and everything. You live in the Bitcoin country. That's you go up a level. You go above the country level when you get into Bitcoin, man. He is part of the intellectual Bitcoin elite, man. That dude is awesome. All right. So, what do we have here? Speaking about so I was going to say something about the Netherlands. Dennis X Zentags. He has a tweet out there. He takes a picture of 1 year ago what the crypto market looked like. I say that's the photo of the day right there. You guys got to check this out. He's in the Netherlands. I may be in Amsterdam. Because this channel, by the way, the country that watches my channel the fourth most is the Netherlands, okay? And that's a pretty small, it's not a big country, but they're in the crypto, obviously. Dennis is big out there. I was on, I was on that one show, the video game show. What I forgot the name of the, oh God. Check out the archives. You can see when I was on the Game King show. That dude is from the Netherlands. So I want to go to Amsterdam. I might be there on June the 4th. So if you're an Amsterdam person, if you're tell me, email me at adam@tresorhelp.com. Convince me to go out there. I'm pretty sure I'm going to go out there. Convince me to stay longer, I guess, because I have to be in Calgary, and we'll be talking about that soon enough as it becomes a little bit more official. I have to be in Calgary by July the 8th. And some of you can already guess why I'm going to be in Calgary. Going to be a good time. But anyway, so yeah, I might be in Amsterdam soon. And I know a lot of you love when I mention your city on the air. And again, when I go out to Calgary, hopefully I'll be in Edmonton also and in Red Deer. All I'm saying is too much. The Meister Alberta Tour, July 2018. Pound that like button. Maybe it'll be a Canadian tour. Who knows? All right. Alistair Milne. Alistair, it is great to be the freaking Bitcoin Meister and just like go from place to place, stay in different Airbnbs. Hey man, if you got a place to rent too, it's not Airbnb and it's good. It's got to have DSL. I mean, what's it called? Yeah, it's got to have a good internet connection. It's got to have a place where I can cook. Yeah, contact me. All right, I love it. And I got to have my own place too, obviously. I know a lot of you want to stay with me one-on-one or whatever, be like college again, be Adam Meister's roommate. Nah, that's not, can't do that, dude. But, all right, so Alistair Milne's got a tweet out there. And it says, Bitcoin is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for normal people to profit from an entirely new asset class and the disruption of the legacy financial apparatus. Oh, yeah, dude. Dude, I couldn't have said that better myself. Here is another tweet. This is from, I don't know, the Psycho Sage? This might be a woman that did this. To add to what has been said, Bitcoin is a bet against weak institutions. America has strong institutions, relatively speaking, but many other countries and their citizens have no option to exit the monetary system peacefully. Bitcoin is a bet against weak institutions. Dude, I love that. And you know what I thought of right away when I read that? I thought of Eskom in South Africa, speaking about institutions that are weak. That's the energy company, the state-run energy company in South Africa. They can't even keep that country's lights on correctly. Okay? There's a weak institution. There's a sign that your country has got some issues. So, yeah, I'd be betting against Eskom. The way you do that is you get some Bitcoin if you're in South Africa, okay? I've said this many a time, but I'm putting it on a level that all of you South Africans can understand. The ones living in the city, too. Because we've talked about some things going on down in the country in South Africa on the farms, which is disgusting. But and that shows the government is a weak institution when they have to steal people's farms. But think of it this way. Bet if you don't think Eskom is legitimate, if you think Eskom is weak, then hey, man, get you some Bitcoin. That'll protect you against it when they have to take more and more money from you to help fund its inefficient power providing. And Eskom, like, they provide power from beyond South Africa too, to other countries, I believe. Anyway, but yeah, Bitcoin is a bet against weak institutions like Eskom. All right. You love have it, South Africans. Are any of you awake right now hearing me mention Eskom? Do you like how much I've learned about your country from being there 3 times? Now I've spent quite over 2 months I've spent there, if you add up all my time in South Africa, which, as South Africans know, is more than 99.99% of Americans. And then you've got all these Americans trying to guilt the heck out of the South Africans. I don't guilt the heck out of the South Africans. I want the South Africans to use Bitcoin as insurance against their completely corrupt government. All right. And because there are no excuses, you control your own. You can say, "Oh, my government is terrible. Oh, woe is me. Our leaders are or you can do something, be in motion, get that Bitcoin, baby. That's the way you opt into something much better. Hey, and you can still hang around South Africa. I know some of you like it. It's beautiful there. It's beautiful, but weak institutions is the very definition of what's up there now, because they have some. Oh man, the way they put together their leadership of private companies is the government dictates how private companies hire people. You have to hire a certain percentage of people. It's horrible. The affirmative action, we covered that before in another video. Check that out. All right, and it's ridiculous. And it's not, when people in America hear about affirmative action, they think about, you know, black people. There, it's unbelievable. You have to have a certain amount of black people, a certain amount of Asian people, a certain amount of women people, a certain amount of this people, those people. I mean, the numbers, and they were huge numbers. It's just ridiculous. It's like no meritocracy. Oh, and I heard a term today. It was something putting down a meritocracy. Toxic meritocracy. Toxic meritocracy. What a world we live in. It's toxic to reward people for being good at what they do. You know, for having people efficient, good, hard workers being on the top, moving up. That's toxic. That's the world of the 80%. Opt out of a world where that kind of thing is considered toxic. All right, you opt in to the Bitcoin where the big boys play, where it's normal to try to do good, where it's normal to try to improve yourself and be profitable and be fair. All right, this is you know, we don't need feelings here. This is pure numbers. Oh, it's not. It's wrong that this person couldn't get that job because they're stupid. No, they're stupid. It's right. They didn't deserve it. All right, now I've rambled on, completely gone off script here. But that's what usually happens here. So pound that like button. All right, what's this say? Matt Odell's got a tweet out here. Okay, he's talking about Bloomberg together with Galaxy Digital Capital Management LP, a leading digital asset management firm founded by Michael Novogratz, today launched the Bloomberg Galaxy Crypto Index. All right. And this index, I only mention it because we talked about what defines a top tier altcoin. Well, here's something, you know, where some big fancy company comes up with an index, you know, and it's just some of these are pretty random coins here. Some aren't, but it helps solidify what is going to be considered the top tier altcoins. And the 10 coins in this index are Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bcash, Ripple, EOS, Litecoin, Dash, Monero, Ethereum Classic, and Zcash. And obviously, I mean, the Ripple and the EOS are ridiculous. And the other ones are fine, I guess. But yeah, otherwise, this is just more crypto noise. This is a way to get these guys some legitimacy in the crypto space. I mean, they're jumping on it. It's early. These guys want to have a influence on it. They want to be players. Say that's great, and they're going to influence what's a top tier altcoin in the long run, but otherwise, don't worry about it. Bitcoin is the rock, dudes. All right, finally, Gary in Seattle. I mentioned Gary. I'm going to email Gary right after this show. I thank you a lot, Gary, for telling me about the event and getting me hooked up with the event. And I'm looking forward to meeting everyone on Friday, 5 p.m. at the meetup, the Bitcoin meetup, or the cryptocurrency meetup, whatever you want to call it, in Seattle. But Gary has a tweet out there, and it says, proposed t-shirt for Bitcoin Meister. Jesus saves, ... but Moses holds Bitcoin. That's cool. Jesus saves Bitcoin. Moses holds Bitcoin. So that's very funny. All of you people who like biblical references, whether it be New Testament, which obviously I don't believe in at all, or the Old Testament with Moses. You know, I like that Moses and Abraham and Isaac and Jacob. Dude, man, I'm down with that. Yeah. Anyway, and most of you are like, Bible, no, why are you talking about this stuff? I'm not talking about it, dudes. We can all joke about it. I'm Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, Disrupt Meister. Remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video, check out the notes section below, pound that like button. I will say hello to you guys in the chat right now. Good night.